I am in a period of growth right now. I am in a rebellious energy of let's see what I'm made of. And I'm trying to keep it positive, not like a I'll show you, but in like, come on, like let's just see. Let's have some lightness within it. And I think the age and stage that I'm at is 43. I've got 2 kids. People are talking to me all the time about perimenopause and lack of sleep and how it's all downhill from here and everything's crashing around us. And I think that if you really take all of that on, I honestly don't think that you get out of bed in the morning, because you'd be like, do you know what? It would just be safer on my nervous system just to watch Grand Designs today and just relax. And yet I can't do that. You know, I've got 2 kids, I've got a house. I need to fulfill the work commitments I have. I need to do what I said I was going to do. And as you go through a growth expansion period, there is a dawning. And there's 2 actually. The first dawning is, isn't this exciting? How cool would that be? Oh my goodness, I wish I'd done this earlier. And yeah, let's go. And you've got all that energy and swirl around it, and it all feels really good. And then the second dawning comes in really quickly. And the second dawning is, you don't get to keep all of the things. You know, those things that you lived your life by, or the boundaries or the internal rules or the person that you were or the way that you did things, and you never questioned it. You don't get to keep all of that and go to where you want to get to. And that is a challenge sometimes, because it's like, why can't I just stay safe and small and have a lovely time and do everything that I've been doing and more of that? We know that that doesn't work. You know, when somebody says, well, I'll just put more hours in. Yes, those hours and dedicating time to what it is that you want to be, do, have and feel, it's going to increase, but only by so much. If you stay up 24/7, you're going to have to sleep fairly quickly after that. So there isn't this infinite time of I'll just keep working harder. So therefore we have to work smart. And as I've been reflecting on where I'm going next, I've taken this really crucial step. And that is to really understand where I am right now, how I'm operating, what's working, what's not, where my strengths are, where I'm in avoidance, where my gaps are, where I need to expand, where I'm not trusting, where are all of these questions. And I think that what people do is, in that expansion stage, is they go, let's go, I'm getting up at 5, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I'm all of the things. And I think in order to keep that momentum, to make that sustainable, you have to really get to know yourself. And as I have just had an anniversary, another year of being a qualified coach, and also I was coaching a lot longer than that, and I've been in this creative space for 25 years now, building a blend of life and business that I love. Something that I didn't do for a long time, which I didn't know how to do, was to state my needs. I was the only one ever that I knew who had gone to drama school. I didn't know any other actors. I didn't know any people who moved to London at 18. I didn't have that point what am I trying to say? That point of, I don't know, what is the point? Okay, I didn't have that connection. I didn't have that person that I could phone. And I'm glad that in later years, I have been that person that other people can phone. Yeah, I'll tell you. Yeah, I'll help you. Do this, don't do that. How do you feel about this? What feels good to you? All of that good stuff. And from being the first, or one of the first, or doing something unusual, I think lots of the time you slip into this position of just being grateful for being there, not rocking the boat, being a yes person, putting yourself to the bottom of the pile. And I've seen it. I've seen it so many times in the money that I've earned, or the deal that I should have negotiated, but I didn't. So therefore I just stayed and undercharged myself and over delivered. And I've seen it. I've seen this pattern again and again. Until I had this realization, and this has been a process of fully incorporating what I need into the equation. And I think that this is my sweet spot, especially with clients as well. When I'm helping them to create a business model that works for them, I always talk about a life first business model. Because if you can create something, cultivate something, deliver something that is within your reach, and do what you say you're going to do, your ideal clients are always going to stick around. If that is a right fit, it's going to be great. And I think that sometimes what people do is they say, well, is it memberships? Everybody's doing a membership, so maybe I should do a membership. Or this is what ideal clients, they're saying that they want in-person meetups. So somebody goes and organizes an event space and then they sell 2 tickets and then they go, well, what is this all about? I know that I'm not supposed to manage big events. I'm better with small groups or one-on-one. That's just my preference. The reason I'm sharing this is I had a very real moment in very real time. I bought this earlier. It's not as like red as I would like it. It's pomegranate. And I love them. I love them in salads. I love them in fruit salads. I love them in a little pot just to kind of nibble on them. It comes into my shop every single week. And I was just about to open it. And I stopped myself because I've got a brand new yellow jumper that I bought last week. It was half price. It's really soft. It's a great color. I love it. It feels great. And I knew as soon as I opened this pomegranate, I would create what might look like a crime scene in my kitchen. Even though I know the technique, which is like to do a square on the top of the pomegranate and then peel it like an orange either side. Watch a YouTube video. It's fascinating. Once you know, you know. I can't chop that and not spray. And yet, I want to be somebody who eats pomegranates. I love them. I think they are great. But now I take the moment. What do I need from this situation in order to do what I need to do? I need to change my jumper. I need to take it off whilst I do the chopping. And I think that so often we get stuck in, I've just got to do the thing. I've just got to chop the pomegranate and I'll be careful and I'll just hope for the best. When you're in that phase, in that space all the time of hoping for the best and just keeping going, instead of stepping back and thinking, how could I actually do this in a better way, in a more efficient way? Taking that pause to pull back, to stop, can be relevant in all sorts of different ways. Maybe it's when you walk back from the school run, if that's what you do, instead of doing emails as you walk along the street, give yourself that 15 minutes to think, to ponder, to consider. And then when you come to actually writing the emails, you know that you're fresh. You know that the words are going to fly out of your mouth onto the page or fly out of your hands. And for a long time, many of us didn't do that. Well, it would be wrong if I paused, or if my need was to change my jumper so I wouldn't get it stained. And now I'm much better at advocating for myself. And I want it to be the same for you, because if we're going to stay around in these industries and grow sustainable, exciting businesses, we can't just operate from a looks good on paper, or to be so proficient and so productive and so efficient that we become like robots. Actually, if we step back and ask ourselves, what do we need? How can we top ourselves up? We then end up building those really conscious, considered, long-lasting businesses that feel good for us and feel good for all the people that come in contact What are the needs that you need to pay attention to today? And what are you going to do about them? I would love to know. And I'm going to change my jumper and then eat my pomegranate. Lots of love. Bye.